Johnny in Buffalo. Johnny, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Victory Monday.
Morning.
Felt great yesterday seeing Josh just do Josh things again. Like you said, Josh in December is a different animal. Not to look negatively, but that's just kind of what we do as Bills fans sometimes. It's just, and I know we were shorthanded, as you guys mentioned, on defense, and we can only do so much. Burrow's a great quarterback, but I felt like it could have been way worse than it even was. If the playing surface was better, I think Burrow would have shredded us even more than he did. But, I mean, they were 10 of 12 on third down. Early on, it just definitely felt like 2022 all over again, where it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, and we're playing 8 yards off the football. And, the defense still gave up 34 points.
Yep.
And I get that, they quote-unquote stepped it up in the second half. I think, Benford made an absolutely incredible play. Next play, we got lucky. It's a tip ball. Guy gets his hand up, and, you need that game luck sometimes. They got lucky that Cook fumbled the ball into the end zone. I get that. But when it comes playoff time, these are the kind of concerns that I have. It's like, are we aggressive at the right times? Like, we blitz Burrow, who is unbelievable against the blitz. I know we got to him one time in the first half, and we ultimately got the pick on the blitz. But it just felt like even we're up by 10 or 11 points there at the end of the game, and we're blitzing the house when they have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, and they score in 40 seconds to give them a pulse. And look, I know great players make great plays, but listen, it just feels like I get worried come playoff time. Like, McDermott did a good job yesterday, and people will say, oh, he was aggressive. It's like, well, he's playing the numbers. His defense is getting just absolutely decimated. Not going for it on fourth down would be criminal. I mean, the numbers, every time he went for it on fourth down, the win probability says, yeah, that's the right decision. And even in the first half, when we kicked that field goal in the first drive, actually win probability said we should have went for it. And look, I give him credit for getting the win. I do. And I'm super happy we got it. Don't get me wrong. But if we don't do it this year without Burrow in the playoffs, without Mahomes in the playoffs, probably, without Lamar in the playoffs, Josh Allen and probably Drake May are your two best quarterbacks in the AFC. And if your defense, Sean McDermott, your defense, regardless of who's out there.
No. You cannot do regardless of who's out there. You can't have it.
Why?
Because players matter, man. No matter if you're
doesn't get it done
Johnny,
every year.
Johnny, if
every
you're
year
mad,
he struggles in the playoffs.
Johnny, if you're mad at McDermott and you just want to be on McDermott on a Monday, just say it. Don't try to pass off no matter who's out there. In what world could anyone agree that no matter who's out there is a reasonable standard to hold for literally any coach?
Look,
go ahead.
I get what you're saying. I do. We have enough talent on that defensive roster.
Are you sure? Have you seen the defensive line?
Oh, come on. Is Greg Rousseau that ineffective? Is A.J. Epinesa that ineffective? Our corners look great.
I don't know, man. They got like yesterday. 5 sacks combined for the year. How good are they supposed to be?
I understand guys, I understand. And we're going to get Bosa back. Oliver could come back in the playoffs. We're going to get some reinforcements. And we've seen this defense make some good plays against some good quarterbacks. And you're right. It does matter who's out there. It 100% does. I was wrong in saying it doesn't matter who's out there. But with this defense, the talent that we have out there, yes, we are less talented than other rosters.
Most other teams, right now, they are less talented on defense than a lot of teams. They've got Benford, Bishop, Hairston, Shaq Thompson has been great for them. Terrell Bernard, if he's out there. Like you do not have a cohesive, put together defense. Your defensive line has been Jordan Phillips. Your defense, he makes a play for you. But
Johnny, can I ask what did you want McDermott to do differently yesterday? You just didn't want him to blitz less?
Oh no! I thought in the first half we were playing way too soft coverage. I thought everything was the footing was terrible, right? And we're giving the advantage to the offense when we're playing so soft. And then in the second half we start blitz. Look, I get it. Joe Burrow's going to beat you. you're going to get beat by Burrow, and some of these receivers and tight ends are making great plays. I'm not saying they're not. My whole thing is, come playoff time, I get worried about just the game scheme. It just seems like we never have a good scheme going in against some of these better quarterbacks.
In this game, your complaint is that they're too soft, so then they start being more aggressive and they blitz, and then you're saying that they should have gone back to being soft instead of blitzing because they got scored on in like 60 seconds. Like, I feel like you're just angry at McDermott all the time, and you're just going to be that way.
And really,
maybe I'm wrong about that, Johnny. Like, I appreciate you calling, but you're so ready to just get after McDermott no matter what. And in this game, they made adjustments. Mm-hmm. And his defense got a pick six. I know.
And if your concern is from yesterday, because they did score. They scored a lot of points and they moved the ball at will on a lot of their drives. If your concern is that is the game in the playoffs, it's gonna kill me when I play a top quarterback. Who are you gonna play? It's Drake May. You can tell me Drake May. But, if your biggest concern is, well, McDermott's not going to do it in the playoffs when he plays a top quarterback. They're about to play an AFC that doesn't have many of those. They're about to play an AFC with a bunch of great defenses. So he won't face those teams head on when he's calling plays. I mean, you're not going to see the Chiefs. And when they've played mid-level teams in the postseason, you could say McDermott doesn't show up in the playoffs, but when he plays Bo Nix, he holds them to 7. When he holds Mason Rudolph, he holds them to 17. When he plays the Skylar Thompson Dolphins, remember they got a bunch of points on defense, he holds them to 20. When you play Mac Jones's Patriots, you hold them to 17. Lamar, it was 3 once. Phillip Rivers, it was 24. He doesn't have a bad playoff game against a mid-level quarterback. And it's only against Mahomes.
Right, and if they're all mid-level on the way there, we'll see. Right. Listen, if they get carved up by Trevor Lawrence, then that's going to look bad.
Deshaun Watson was an elite quarterback at the time the Bills played him, and they scored 22 points, and it took an entire overtime to do it. They held the Jaguars to 10, who then went, and it's 7 years ago now, they held the Jaguars to 10, who then went to Pittsburgh the next week against Mike Tomlin and scored 45. So I think it is a specific complaint you should have about McDermott. It is he has no answers for Kansas City, and he's probably not going to play Kansas City.
I also think, listen, this might be your point, Johnny. Does he have answers against Joe Burrow? I'm not sure that he does.
I don't know that answer either, but I'm not going to play Joe Burrow.
Well, you don't think so. You probably won't. And in the future, they might play Burrow, and he might rip him for 3 touchdowns again. Are you mad at defensive coordinators because Josh Allen beats him?
It's not the day to go after McDermott. I thought, especially, this is more about the defense. He won them the game by going for 4th downs yesterday.
Right. And to say
by having confidence in his offense and being aggressive. And did he do it by the numbers, or did he do it because he said in postgame, I did it because of toughness? Sure. It doesn't matter. I got to the result. They won the game because they went for 4th downs and scored touchdowns on 2 of them. That's why they won.
Yeah. And the players they have on their defense, it's part of the story of the season is they spent a full offseason trying to fix their defense, and how many players did they truly add to it? They added Bosa, who wasn't out there. He's hurt, and he's been playing with one hand. They added Ogunjobi. Okay, he's a guy in the rotation, he's just kind of a piece out there. They added Hoyt, out for the year. TJ Sanders, non-factor. Landon Jackson, out for the year. Deion Walker made some nice plays in this game. He shows up every once in a while to make a couple nice plays. But, They've really shined up Cole Bishop quite a bit. He left the game for a little bit as well due to cramping. So, I just it felt like it was all over the place just trying to get at McDermott. It comes down to your expectations for the defense, I suppose. And what I'm looking for in a game like this one, the defense did not have a lot of success early. They made 3 stops, and they were really important. Really enter a playoff game. You tell me it's Bills-Patriots in the AFC Championship game in New England. I'm going to tell you going into the game, you give me 4 stops. I'll take it. 4. You got to think about it in terms of these high-level games. What was yesterday? It was a high-stakes, high-level, offensive, absolute slobber knocker. It was 2 unbelievably good quarterbacks at the top of their game. And you got one of them to give you a pick 6. Because you sent Benford on a corner blitz. You sent Benford on a corner blitz twice. Anyway, Thanks, Johnny, for the phone call. 803-0550.
The Bills' defense this year, just again, like part of this is the playoff picture and what they're headed for, is the Bills this year, EPA per play on defense, they are the 16th ranked defense in the NFL this season.
Okay.
16th. You know how many AFC teams in the playoff picture right now rank above 16th in offensive EPA per play? One. There's only one offense that ranks higher than where the Bills' defense ranks. That's New England. It's the only team you would face where your expectation should be kind of what it was yesterday. Like, yeah, they're probably going to get their points. So, like, we'll see. I can foresee what it will sound like if their defense gets lit up by a bad offense.
I agree.
Or a mid-level offense in the playoffs.
I agree.
I just guess I'm not really expecting that.
I
have enough confidence in this coach, and I don't think they're very talented on defense either, but there are enough pieces coming back. I think I've seen enough this year to think, yeah, they'll do a job against Bo Nix or Stroud or whoever they end up playing that.
It might wear thin because you've heard it before. Last year, it's Benford got hurt. 2 years ago, it's all the linebackers. But if they're rolling out in the AFC Championship game against Jacksonville and they're trying to cover the receivers there, which are pretty good, like all of a sudden,
Thomas and Myers.
Adding Jacoby Myers has been really good for them, or you're trying to cover, you pick the team, I don't care who. And I've got Cam Lewis, Taron Johnson, Trey White. Like, teams are going after these guys. They know if they get into if they make the Super Bowl, God willing, and they play the Rams, I got news for you. They're going to get worked defensively. What's the difference between this Bills-Bengals game and the previous ones? You know what the difference was? The offense showed up. In the previous Bills-Bengals game, the offense scored 10 and 18 in their last two losses. The playoff game is 27-10. Why'd you lose? You might think it's because Leslie Frazier played a soft zone. Your offense wasn't there. You lose in Cincinnati in 2023 or whatever, 24-18. This game you put up 39. The answer is always just put up 39 points. That'll usually win. All right, we got some people that want to talk about this. 803-0550. Give us a ring. Johnny, thanks for the phone call. Good call. You know, any call that gets conversation moving, we appreciate you.